Hi, I'd like to show you how your class is going to be set up. To access your class, you're going to want to go to your MyPCC um, uh, homepage. And then after you get there, you can either use this computer icon at the top to get to D2L Brightspace, or if you scroll down, over here on the left-hand side is another link. I tend to use the one up here with the computer. When you get in, you'll see your class. Your class might be different than the ones I'm showing here. I will show you a similar Math 95, which is the class that we're going to be looking at. So if you click on your class, I'm going to click on this Math 95. It will open up. And when it opens up, you will typically know if you have any discussion postings you need to read or anything like that in the updates. Any announcements that you need to read for the class will be in this first spot. Pay attention to those. For now, because you're starting the class, you'll have a welcome one. You'll have an announcement with the office hours link. So if you want to attend the office hours, you click this link and it'll open up the Zoom link for you, and some extra resources. Those are the main ones that show up at the beginning, and then throughout the term you'll see more. Most of what you're going to need for learning the material is in this content link right up here. If you click on that, you will see that on the left-hand side there are these links to the different modules that we have. If you do table of contents, it will list everything in the whole course for you. Under this course information tab, you will find your syllabus. You'll find the schedule for the course. You'll have a link to our textbook. There's a video here to introduce you to the online rooms, which is the Zoom, if you need to. And then there's also some information about our virtual proctoring or tutoring that we have at this college. In the next module, there's some information about our proctored exam. You'll want to take a look at this. When you're finished with your proctored exams, the proctored exams will be on the computer, but you'll be expected to write out all of your work in an organized manner on paper as you're doing that. And you'll be uploading that scratch paper when you're finished with your exam as a single PDF. The second one here will show you how to do that if you need some help with that. A lot of phones have apps. You can download free apps that will make a single PDF for you. When you've made that PDF, when you're finished with your proctored exam, you'll go to this assignments tab right here, and that's where you'll upload it. I'll look at that scratch paper when I'm reviewing your exam, and award partial credit is needed for problems that you might have missed. There's also a module here just to introduce you to online learning if you're new to it. And then each of the weeks will open up as we go through the course, and they'll all be kind of organized the same way. At the top, they'll have a schedule reminder, and then they will have a page that basically tells you what we're going to learn for the week. This first module has a few extra things. Oops, let me go back to week 1. The first module has a few extra things to get you familiarized with how to write things up. So we have some notation guidelines for how you should write out your problems to keep them organized and easy to follow. And then there will be a set of videos and written material for you to read and watch so that you can learn what we're doing in the class. So the first one here gives you some information about how to solve inequalities with graphs and tables. Then there's some stuff about sets and numbers. There's a little bit of review in this first module. And then there's some things about functions. And then instead of a graphing calculator, we'll be using Desmos. And so this gives you some information on how to use that. So there's a few extra things as far as the notations and how to use Desmos in this first week. There'll be fewer things after that. After you see the videos and the written material, which would be your lecture material that you would learn if you had been in class instead of online, there will be a link to the chapter that we're working on for this week. So you can read that material if you would like. And then there will be a link to your homework. And all of these homeworks will be set up similar. So if you click on it, it will automatically take you to a page like this, and you will normally have a link here to start it. You can tell I've clicked on it. So if you do start it and you don't finish it in one sitting, you can come back to it and there will be a button here that says resume. The gradebook does automatically update as you work on it. So if you've started working on it and you haven't done that much, the gradebook might not look that good. But once you go back and resume it and continue with it, things will get better. So if you click, I'll click resume, you would click start the first time. You can scroll through, and these are organized in different pages based on the topic. And each of the problems will be in here for you to do on each topic. If you're stuck on them, a lot of them will have videos for you to watch that will help you out. And so you could just basically work with them through them, and some of them have multiple videos. And as you're working through the different problems, your score in the gradebook will automatically update. And when you get to the bottom of the first page, notice it says next page. That doesn't mean you're finished. You click next page and it goes to the next problems. If you're having a problem with one of them, or if you need to enter things in, you can click in here, and depending on the problem and what you're supposed to do, it will give you a little thing for math type. So if there's something, and this is taking a little time to download, let me see if I can find one that will have that. These are downloading a little slow. If I click in here, this one here, we're going to have some kind of math thing. So as you click in it, all the tools for typing things in will show up, anything that you need. So the basic tools will be here. If you need anything under the functions, we won't need any of these because in this class, but the next class you would. If you need any of the trig things, which would be in Math 112, they'll be here. Most of your class will be using these basics things. Sometimes there will be another menu here for interval notation, and it'll give you some set things for interval notation. So, which I was hoping would show up here, but it looks like these ones didn't include it. So sometimes when you click in it, there will be a little message here that tells you what you're supposed to do. If there's multiple answers, you typically just put a comma between them. And then if you're having a problem with one of them, you can either take a screenshot and post it in the questions for the discussions, or you can take a picture of it with your phone and text me that picture, and I can help you out that way. Or you can come to the office hours and we can help, or you can email me and we can set up a time to meet in Zoom to help. For our exams, actually, let me go one more thing in these weeks. So after the homework, there's also a link to the discussions. Every week you'll have about 2 discussions that you have to complete. You can use this link for it. The videos are extremely helpful for those, so make sure you do watch those. And if you don't want to use that link, another way to get to those is with this discussion a tab there. And each week, this week, you're just introducing yourself and learning how to use the equation editor, because you will be using that for the rest of the term. And then every week also has a question thread, and you can ask any questions you want there. And then up here, when we go to do our proctored exams, since they will be in Zoom this term, you'll click on this Zoom link. And this Zoom link, when we get closer to your, actually they're already there for you. When we get to our proctored exams, these links here will have a join button over here for you to enter into the Zoom session for those. So that's how our class is set up. Hopefully that was helpful for you, and I look forward to working with you this term.